You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White sports fans, let's talk about the Houston Texans because we are on the eve of the first full slate of games for Week 1 of the 2021 NFL season. And Tyrod Taylor has been announced as the starting quarterback for the Texans for Week 1. Not a surprise. But however, since we're only one day away from the first full week of games outside of the Thursday night game, DeShaun Watson is still on the Houston Texans. He is actually on the active roster. Okay? Now we know that he's dealing with a whole bunch of legal stuff, and also DeShaun Watson doesn't want to be in Houston. Now, this is the man that signed a massive contract with the Texans last season, and now he wants out of there. However, he doesn't seem to be very, very tradable with all of the legal stuff that's actually going on with him. So, guys, we actually know now officially that DeShaun Watson will not be active during Week 1. It says here, as indicated by head coach David Culley earlier this week, DeShaun Watson has now been officially ruled out of Sunday's opening game with a non-injury related designation. Tyrod Taylor has been named the Texans' Week 1 starter. There you have it. It is completely official. DeShaun Watson still on the Texans, but he's not on the active roster for this week. And apparently this is going to be an ongoing thing week after week after week. He's going to be with the Texans. And this is probably why, guys, according to Florio here, NFL isn't taking action against DeShaun Watson because it doesn't have to. And you know what? Mike Florio may be onto something with this, because if the Texans keep deactivating DeShaun Watson week after week, he's still going to get paid. So essentially, the Texans have put him on an exempt list, and the NFL can just sit back and do nothing. And I believe this is a massive, massive mistake by Roger Goodell. I do. It says here, many have asked when and if the NFL will place Texans quarterback DeShaun Watson on the commissioner's exempt list. The easy answer and the right one is that the league won't even consider it until it has to. Per a source with knowledge of the situation, the league hasn't made a decision about Watson because it doesn't have to make a decision about Watson. With the Texans content to pay him to not play, and we just saw that, and with Watson content to not play and get paid for it, the NFL has no reason to do anything about it. He's already on paid leave. And this is a big mistake by Roger Goodell. So he's letting the Texans do all the dirty work, I should say, and he's not going to do anything. Nothing. This is ridiculous, man. The allegations against DeShaun Watson are disgusting. The league needs to do something. That's why they have the exempt list. This is ridiculous, Roger Goodell. It doesn't make any sense. It goes on here. It says it's a lesson for the NFL learned through past mistakes. Taking action always puts the league in a position to make a mistake. Taking no action leads to no mistakes, at least not those of commission. Wrong. That's why you have the exempt list. The NFL is not passing judgment on anybody by putting them on the exempt list. Players can still get their money, still get paid, and when their legal issues are resolved, then they can come back to the league or do their suspension or whatever. Roger Goodell is making a mistake. The NFL is making a mistake by not putting Watson on the exempt list. And it says here, and that's the other side of this one. If and when the Texans trade Watson, the league will have to look at whether he should be placed on paid leave. That's a risk that Watson's new team would be assuming, along with everything else arising from 22 civil lawsuits, alleged misconduct, and 10 criminal complaints. Well, guys, if he gets traded to another team, there's no way that he's going to play for that new team. Because once he gets traded, and if the team says, oh, we want to play him, that would be a huge black eye to the league. And the NFL would have to step in and say, no, we're going to put you on the exempt list. They should be doing that right now. And it goes on, it says the league, as the source reiterated, doesn't tip its hand when it comes to what it may or may not do when it comes to the placement of players on paid leave or the potential imposition of discipline. Thus, for the Dolphins or anyone else, it's another factor that the team would be trading for Watson's needs to consider. Once he prepares to play, the NFL will then decide whether to make a decision about whether to let him play. Now, guys, if he's traded, do you guys really think the NFL is actually going to let this man play? I don't see how in the world they would actually let this man play. Not with all these legal allegations. There's a bunch of people out there. You know, the backlash from the fan base would be massive. It would be massive. And you know what? That's probably why I believe that the trigger has been pulled on a trade. I do believe that teams are interested in him, from a talent standpoint. But imagine a backlash they would get if they actually did play DeShaun Watson. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans. So DeShaun Watson will not be put on the exempt list. The NFL is just going to sit on their laurels and just wait and not make a move until they have to. Essentially, the Texans are doing all of the dirty work for the NFL. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.